Hello, and welcome to the Owner Operators Pay Mileage Division information video. In this video, we're going to review the cutoff date, pay statement, fuel subsidy, advances, insurance, holdback, fuel, any other deductions, fuel taxes, benefits, expenses, and who to contact. Cutoff date. What is the cutoff date? If I am on a trip at the end of the month that won't deliver until the following month, how much of it will I get paid for? Well, the cutoff date is the last day of each month. Your fleet manager will do a cutoff at midnight for the last day of the month. You'll be paid for work done up to and including that point. Pay statement. How will I receive the pay statement, which lists all of the details? A paper copy will be placed in your mailbox after pay is completed, but before the pay is deposited into your account on the 15th, typically ready on the 7th or 8th business day of the month. If you'd like your statement emailed as a PDF instead, please let our receptionist know. Here's an example of an owner-operator statement on our mileage division. You'll be able to see the date, trip number, all the information for your trip, all of the pay rates, and a total trip pay on the bottom of the gray section on the right-hand side. You'll be able to see your Canadian miles, your US miles, total trip miles, fuel subsidy, and all of that on the gray boxes with your total earnings on the right-hand side where it says total earnings. You'll also have a fuel deduction summary for US and Canadian fuel. You'll have net earnings after fuel, and then all other deduction summaries is going to explain your repayment of advance, insurance, group insurance, and any sort of reimbursements. Pay deposit. When would my money be deposited into my bank? The pay is deposited on the 15th of each month. If the 15th falls on a Saturday or holiday, then the pay is deposited on the last business day before the 15th. Fuel subsidy. What is the fuel subsidy rate and how is it calculated? Well, the fuel subsidy is paid to Winnipeg mileage-based owner-operators and is calculated based on the cost of the previous month's fuel. The fuel subsidy is influenced by both fuel prices in the US and Canada exchange rate. How will I know what the fuel subsidy rate is each month? Well, a satellite message is sent out on the first business day of each month letting you know what the fuel subsidy rate will be and what exchange rates you'll still be using for that month. Advances. How much is the advance? The advance is up to $2,000 depending on your miles. How do you determine if I would receive the advance or not? If your miles are over 5,000 miles by the last week of the month, you automatically receive the full $2,000. If your miles are less than that, then the decision is made by management on a case-by-case basis. If my miles and earnings are a bit low this month, how do I know for sure if I qualified or not? If you didn't qualify for the full amount, the owner-operator administrator will notify you by phone call or email during the last couple business days of the month. If you did not work at all during a month, assume that you're not receiving that advance. When is the cash advance paid? The cash advance is paid out on the first of each month. If the first of the month falls on a weekend or holiday, then the advance is paid out on the last business day before the first. If I don't want to receive the advance, can I opt out of this? Yes. Please call or email the owner-operator administrator to let them know that you would rather not receive the advance. You can opt back in at any time. Insurance. What is the insurance charged for and how much are the fees? It covers all of your licensing fees for the truck. If you reach 9,500 miles per month or more, the charge is $850. If you have less than 9,500 miles per month, the charge is $995. Holdback. How much is a holdback and how is it deducted? The holdback is $2,500. A deduction of $500 per month is done for the first 5 months. Owner-operators may also pay the amount upfront by credit card or check. If I didn't start at the beginning of the month, will the holdback still be deducted from my first pay? Well, this depends on how much you work in your first month. If you worked enough to qualify for the full $2,000 advance, then the holdback will be deducted during the first month. If you receive anything less than the full $2,000 advance, no holdback will be deducted in the first month. Fuel. How is fuel charged back? Fuel data is downloaded from the fuel vendor's website and imported into our software that generates your pay automatically. How do you determine when to charge back my fuel transactions? Well, fuel is always charged back during the same month that the transaction is processed by the fuel company. Expenses are not matched to earnings. What conversion rate do you use for USD fuel? Searcy uses one exchange rate for the entire month. The exchange rate is sent to owner-operators on the first business day of each month via satellite message, and Searcy observes the Bank of Canada's closing rate on the closing of month end. Other deductions. If I had repairs done that I will owe Searcy for, how and when are these charged back? 1. Any in-house work is charged back against the same month's earnings in which the shop work order or service record is dated. 2. Anything is charged to one of Searcy's vendor accounts is charged back against the same month's earnings in which the vendor invoiced Searcy. Fuel tax. How are fuel taxes processing done? Does Searcy handle it, or is this something that I need to worry about? Well, Searcy pays a third party to do all the fuel tax calculations quarterly, including IFTA and carbon tax. If you are using paper logs, you must hand in the paper logs to driver services. This means if your satellite is down and you have to run on paper logs with the office approval, you must hand those into the office with your trip envelope. What happens to the charge refund on fuel taxes for my unit? Charges and refunds are passed on to the owner-operator on their pay as a deduction or as a negative deduction once per quarter. Benefits. Who is our insurance provider, and what information do I need to provide to you for registering the benefits? Group Health is our insurance provider. Please fill out the member application, group benefits enrollment on or before the orientation day. This is a mandatory plan unless you carry equivalent coverage with your spouse or elsewhere at a third party. Proof of coverage is required to waive the plan. Life insurance and long-term disability are mandatory for all owner-operators. How much do I pay for the single versus family benefit? A single cost is $194.23 per month, and a couple or family is $325.52. Life insurance and disability is $122.76 in 2021. There is a slight difference in the cost due to the taxes from different provinces. The price may change slightly from year to year. What is the effective date of my benefits, and how will I receive my benefit card? What is the eligibility? Well, coverage begins on your start date. Once you're set up, you'll receive 2 emails to the email you provide with your login and password to sign up on the app or online. This is where you'll find your electronic benefit card. No paper copies are sent out, and all permanent full-time employees working a minimum of 30 hours a week are eligible for the benefit. What is the coverage? Well, please see the attached benefit plan summary. We're not going to go into too much detail as you will get a handout on this, but our benefits include extended health care, so coverage for drugs, professional practitioners, and other services, semi-private hospital rooms, eye exams, and vision care. LifeWorks Employee Assistance Plan, which includes coverage for all members, dental coverage, long-term disability, life insurance, accident and serious illness, and optional critical illness insurance. How can I claim my benefits? If a service does direct billing, just show your card information and they will put a claim in for you. For example, most dentists direct bill. If you download the Group Health app, you can submit on the app by using the photo claim option and take a picture of the service receipt and submit. Or go online, log in, and fill out the information required. There are paper claim forms available as well. Expenses. How do I submit or claim my on-the-road expenses? What is the procedure? Submit the original on-the-road expense receipt in your trip envelope after writing what the expense is on your trip sheet. Expenses are reimbursed once per month, and the amount reimbursed is indicated on your pay statement each month. Do I have to submit the original receipt, or would you accept the electronic copy of it? Please submit the original receipt. Contact information. Who should I contact for payroll and benefit related questions? 1. Earnings-related questions can be directed to your fleet manager. 2. Tax-related questions can be directed to our account supervisor at extension 245. 3. Group health benefit information can be directed to our benefits coordinator at extension 218. And 4. Any deduction-related questions can be directed to our owner-operator payroll administrator at extension 260, but email is preferred. Thank you for learning all about the payroll benefit expense section for our owner-operator on the mileage division in Winnipeg. Welcome to Searcy.